checkers and pleasers, and welcome to Checkpoint, the show where we discuss and discern the recent events of Check Please. Today we are discussing episode 45 today. So, hello, my friends. Today was a bit of a fun episode. We got to really talk and get to know each other a little bit more in this session, which I think was very interesting, especially because we've had a lot of things happening to our group that are outside of our control very often. So this one was a controlled group time.
Actually, I don't want to talk about episode 45. Can we do episode 46?
Yeah, let's talk about next episode.
Okay.
Okay.
What's everyone's plans when we get to
So
Petros?
Stavik died.
Yeah, I was about to say literally the same thing.
Pretty wild episodes. 46 is pretty crazy. Stavik did die.
Got stabbed by
hard.
You guys got attacked on the road after Stavik died because Husa got so angry she killed Stavik. But then the party gets attacked, and then you guys got captured by a crazed enemy on the road and taken to a dark and dirty secret basement lair.
It was a Wendigo.
Yeah, kind of an alchemically enhanced Wendigo. Yeah. But luckily, you all woke up and had been body horror transformed into different animal people.
Beardy.
Louis was a gecko.
Yeah, Louis was a gecko.
Why would he be a gecko?
Because he doesn't have to worry about his limbs getting cut off, you know?
Yeah, because then you can drop your tail.
God.
Because then you can drop your tail once a day and not have to worry about it. You get a regeneration factor and you get a climb speed.
It was really well thought out.
Yeah, you also are a cute gecko now. So that's cool.
All because of the alchemical, as they termed it, Wendigoon session.
That's fair. That's fair. So the question is, since we know what Louis became as a gecko, what did everyone else turn into?
Can we just actually talk about the episode, please? I don't want this.
Which is what Louis said in the episode.
Too much clairvoyance. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, now I guess we can go
Thank you.
back to that.
Oh, we don't get to discuss what everyone else would have turned into?
So,
I guess
Let's
not.
do that at the end.
yeah,
Okay. We'll circle
We'll do it
around.
alongside bingo,
Yeah.
I guess. All right,
Yeah.
so today's session started out with all of us waking up in the most of us waking up, some of us don't sleep, of course, coming to be aware of the daylight sun. Why are you laughing?
For no reason.
Okay. Early in the
If I
morning.
explain it, you'll just get angry at me.
Together on this beautiful day where we all started talking about the morning and made our way down the mountain. Any discussion on waking up at the Prinia Temple? Anything interesting happen?
I mean, it was pretty interesting how everybody thought that Louis and Xander had sex.
Oh yeah, no,
They
I
never really
thought it was
cleared that up
that's what
either.
happened.
I've got to be
Yeah,
real.
you never
Which
said
means
you
it
didn't,
happened.
so.
You said
Yeah.
thought in the past tense as though that is not what Valentina still believes.
It has
but
not.
Yeah.
it's
I
not-
mean, honestly, it's on Louis.
I honestly, I'm putting on Louis
And on
too,
the
because, like,
walls.
Xander was
Yeah.
clearly leaning into it. Louis was the one who wanted to clear things up but did not.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone else assumes that the two of them are like a thing now.
Oh yeah.
Oh. I didn't mean to.
I mean, at least that's what Bastion believes.
I didn't mean to.
And possibly what Chap believes.
Because I mean, we were like, so is that what's Louis like, no, don't say that. And we're like, why not? And he's like, I don't want to say. We're like, must have been real hard.
Well, they'll ask me other
Yeah.
questions about what actually happened, and that's just too much to talk about. Okay.
They're like, I guess we did start with them saying that he was crying, so I guess I should have foresaw this.
Yeah.
I
mean, I feel a little bit of blame because Xander did start it off by saying that Louis was crying. He did make Louis cry. In Xander's defense, he said that to avoid having a situation where Louis had to talk about what actually happened. So I don't feel that guilty about it. That's on Louis.
He's an awkward boy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Xander. I'm mostly
it's
sorry for
fine.
Xander.
That's fine.
Anything else before we move on to epic snowboarding,
Prenia,
flooding?
Shit.
Yeah, the
Pretty
throbbing
was throbbing
symbol.
for her, man.
you thought I would forget? Do you know who I am, Kenny? Do you know who I
I
am?
was actually just hoping you wouldn't bring it up. Actually,
He's the Lizard King.
That's right. The throbbing.
I know. I
holy
was
symbol.
so ready for Louis to go over and touch the symbol, and then hear like, "Oh, hey, so I got your message a while back. I got your voicemail. Sorry, I wasn't ready to pick that up. I was doing some things."
There's a
Shit
lot to
got
unpack.
shuffled around. It's not you, it's me. Sorry.
fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's probably what he'd say.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
"It's been what? It's just been a few like decades. It's not even."
It's
Yeah,
been a blink of
fine.
an eye.
It's
Yeah.
not
Right?
that long. Like, come on. Can't expect me to be like on it on every mortal problem in the universe, especially from someone who doesn't even worship me.
I did.
Did you though?
He did. What kind of reaction is that?
Did you though?
I also like the alternate interpretation that the symbol was throbbing because even Perinia misunderstood the context of what Louis and Xander were saying.
Yeah. Brittany was just happy that somebody was getting
Louis
getting
took
some
one
love.
back, one look back into the temple, and Perinia went, "Nice."
Good stuff.
Headcanon accepted.
Snowboarding, please.
So yeah, then we moved on to snowboarding, and Valentino rode some bark down the mountainside.
Stavik didn't die.
Stavik did not
Hooray.
die going on his shield.
Yeah.
And
So
then
unfortunate.
Bastion got a 30 and rushed down on a disc of ice created by Louis. So that was nice.
That makes sense. If Stavik had gone down
Right.
because of sledding,
He
That would've been
shit.
so funny.
Like,
And
how
then
did you
goes on
how did your
his
character
shield.
die?
And fucking Lego breaking sound.
Yeah.
Lego.
No.
Imagine
We've already gone through this. If when he dies like that, it's going to be the sound of the
dry bones.
The dry bones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Already
So,
gone through
so
this.
here's the thing. Imagine you're hanging around with some buddies and they're talking about
Mhm.
D&D and you're talking like, oh, I once had a character who died from a dragon. It's like, oh yeah, that'll do it. Oh, I once had a character that died from a beholder. I shot me with a bunch of fucking lasers. Oh, I once had a character that died from a lich. Yeah, hit me with this death spell. And you're sitting there like, I got one. And they're like, oh, what? How did your character die? And you're like, sledding accident.
Okay.
'Cause
Oh!
I went sledding near death.
You.
I mean,
you are
That's
completely.
a possibility.
You can't for a second believe that those other ones are the stories people tell. Everyone's fucking story is like, oh yeah, my character died because he shoved a tiny hut up his ass.
Just to see what it would do.
I didn't know it was there. I'd be like, I shoved a bottle up my ass as a joke, and I didn't know there's a Lehman's tiny hut inactivated.
Someone said the command word as a joke and exploded.
Like that's how like every fucking character death ends up being.
Well, I had this immovable rod, and well, I activated it.
Yeah.
Classic.
Mhm.
Oh no, they used an immovable rod while they were on like a sailing ship.
Oh no.
Mm.
Oh, that's awful. What a terrible way to die.
Yep. Yeah. That's the way I want to go.
But luckily Stavik didn't die.
Yeah, it didn't die. Did not die
Yeah.
skiing. So you guys made it to the bottom of the mountain, traveled, and by that evening made it back to your camp where you found
Cam.
Requiem, Rhapsody, and Husa.
Who's
Quick rewind. My apologies. Why did they? How is Stavik a heretic?
Oh, from last session?
Yeah, I did. I forgot to ask. What is Stavik just like standing? The fuck, bro? I don't even know you. You call me a heretic? I'm just standing here.
Oh, in the fight with the fucking ghosts?
Yep.
Yeah.
You took that personally?
I mean, maybe he should have.
Maybe he should have, but like I wouldn't even jump. Like I just assumed they were reliving their fucking life experiences, like ghosts do.
You don't think that he was just like an echo of a spirit, and that was just something he said during the battle?
That sounds to me like you have an answer to that question to have instantly internalized it like that.
Yeah, sounds like you doth protest too much.
Also, counterpoint to that. By definition, Stavik is a heretic.
I was gonna say.
I would agree.
I mean that too, but
Yeah.
like I didn't really want to get into that.
I would say definitionally it's true. Yeah.
Not that that's a bad thing. There's
Sometimes
no judgment
it's okay
here.
to be a heretic.
Well,
Yeah.
first of all, though that was a Prynian worshiper, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyone not worshiping Prynia would be a heretic.
No.
And yeah, secondly,
Not necessarily. Just
No,
as long
that's
as
not how
they're preaching-
that's not how heresy works.
I mean, it'd be someone who believes in a different.
No.
A heretic would be someone who's
no.
preaching like a contrary, like saying something different
Mm.
is the belief of that.
Yes,
church.
but if you're
Yeah.
worshiping a god that has different belief systems, then it would be.
No.
I mean,
Heresy
Mhm.
I don't think it works
heresy
in
has
this
to
world
be
that way.
heresy has to be the same religion, but interpreted in an incorrect way. That is heresy.
Yeah.
So they would have to be Prynian and then get it wrong to this guy. And then that would be heresy. Otherwise, they're just another religion. They would, of course,
Now-
be non-believers or, infidels, whatever you want to consider them.
And people will throw the word heretic around in those situations, but like
yeah,
in a
but it's not
technical
technically
sense.
accurate.
I mean, it's
It's like-
about a belief
Okay.
being contrary, though. It's not about having
It's
to be
about
in the same
your belief being misinterpreted. And that's
And
what
I
makes
don't
it
think that
heresy.
the beliefs are contrary either. Like because all the gods exist mutually, they don't have like contradictory belief systems.
Hmm.
unless Stavik was like, Prynia is not actually the goddess of love,
Yeah.
and that's Owen
It isn't-
instead.
Right. And in
Yeah.
fact, Prynia is the god of
Death.
revenge or something
Yeah.
like that. Like, oh, Prynia is the god of vengeance. That would be heresy within the Prynian faith. Does that make sense?
Yes. And he was just standing there, bro. He didn't say nothing, and he's just heretic. Like fuck you! I did
Like
nothing
I
to you,
said.
bro.
Yeah, you're
Why is
internalizing
it
it.
so angry
It's
about that?
really
I just-
fascinating that you
Fire.
took that so like instantly
I-
took that
it-
personally.
yeah. I'm like, yeah. It just. I know it's a game mechanic, and I understand it's a game mechanic, but at
It's
the
not
time,
a game
like,
mechanic. It's just ghosts. It's just the lore of how they be.
Spoopers.
Yeah, they're spoops. They're echoes of what they once were.
But I'm so fascinated by this.
Yeah.
Like
But it really, you internalize that real
the
hard.
self-reporting here is incredible.
Yeah. I can confirm it was literally just a ghost echo thingy.
Mhm.
But sometimes the echo of a ghost helps reveal the truth about a situation in the present.
It's true.
Really.
So maybe that ghost helped you reshape your view of yourself.
Do you feel revealed?
Do you
I
feel seen?
I would say I think that you could lean into this with Stavik quite deliberately and get some interest. Like I could see Stavik
Yeah.
having a lot of internal conflict about the feelings of having thought he was called a heretic.
I was thinking of doing. That was on my mind of doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I mean, if you ever want to
delicious.
have discussions about theology, you've got a bunch of people in the group who would love to have those conversations.
Yeah.
Love to have
Well,
a
I
conversation.
mean, I
And the
don't
one
know.
person
There's
who would hate
one
to have those conversations.
one character in particular that their standpoint on theology is pretty understood, and
That's true.
it's not a fun time.
Just
but-
ask anyone else.
Does
But
his
anyone else-
hatred of the gods eclipse his love of knowledge and the importance of knowledge being shared? I don't think so.
I think you should ask Bro if he thinks you're a heretic. I want to know what Bro thinks.
Yeah, dude. Of course.
Probably, or maybe not. I don't know.
Bro, you don't have hair. You're a skeleton. That'd
That's the
probably
answer
be
right
the
there.
response.
Yeah.
And it's not tick season.
Yeah. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? You're a skeleton.
Can
You don't even
skeletons get
have
high?
that would be his answer. Like, you don't even have blood. And then you'd be like, what do you mean I don't have blood? And it's like, you can't get ticks if you don't have blood.
Or skin.
Yeah.
Gotta have skin to have ticks.
So I'm not going to check your hair for ticks because you don't even have blood. You're a fucking skeleton, dude.
Skeleton.
Fucking skeleton.
Oh my god.
I'm so scared.
What if that was Xander's reaction when he first saw Stavik?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm so
skeleton. He should have.
Anyways, yeah, I figured it out a long time ago.
It's a silly show.
So let's circle back around to actually the episode we did today.
Yes.
Instead of last week's.
Yes.
So after you guys got to camp, you found Requiem, Rhapsody, and Husa. And Husa was very, very glad to see you, Stavik, specifically, because she was very worried.
Can we avoid trigger words like Husa?
No. We're gonna say that about 50 more times during this checkpoint.
Great.
We gotta start now. Get him out of the way, guys.
So she was very glad to see you, Stavik, because she had missed you. You were like a day late. She thought you had died. She was super worried, and then you got there, and she was so relieved to see you. Because she adores you.
I hate it.
I mean, biologically, she's in love with you and your mate, and you're her world. And isn't that so sweet?
Well, more magically. Is.
I mean, if you hate it so much, why were you so infatuated with her? When
No,
we were underground?
no,
Why'd
no,
you fish her out of
no.
the ground and shit?
No, you're misunderstanding. Me,
I do.
Screwy.
That's
It's hard.
explicitly what I'm
It's
saying.
like it being fawned over. It's not a. It's
ick.
But wasn't
It's
that
feeling
the
the ick.
goal? Wasn't that the intent? Like the idea was to be this Lentakivi girl's favorite.
No.
What was
I was not trying. No, I was not fishing her out of the fucking ground. I was not trying to.
See, this is the thing. I guess this is skipping forward a little bit. But this is the thing that Xander was talking about when Stavik was like, I see this person who's cursed and I feel responsible. So I need to fix this personally, even though this is like a god thing that is so far outside of my realm of expertise.
Yeah.
When I have another god thing that sort of is in my realm of expertise that I've already said that I'm going to work on. That's, I think, why Stavik did it. You know, because he felt bad about the situation that he felt responsible for.
Yeah.
And then when this person said, hey, do you want to be my mate?
Yeah.
For some reason,
Sure.
you said yes.
And the story of the campaign was forever changed.
It really was.
I genuinely did not expect you to say yes.
I don't know about forever. I mean, I don't
Until
know
she
what,
dies.
I was gonna say,
Until she
I don't know
dies.
if chronologically
Yeah.
was the best point to bring up. But the thing I kept thinking this session was, man, it'd be so good for Stavik if Husa died.
It'd be good
Like,
for me
I mean,
if
yeah.
Husa died at
It'd
this
be good for
point,
Husa if Husa
honestly.
died at this point.
I don't know
Let's
about
be
it'd be good
honest.
for Husa. I would say that, but like the whole Maelstrom situation makes that
I
still
know.
kind of a worst case scenario.
Yeah, I guess being stuck in
Yeah.
like a endless torment until that's fixed.
But like,
Kinda sucks.
think about this. We could revive her as like an undead creature. She would not feel a biological need to have children with Stavik. And she
Well,
could,
I was just
yeah.
thinking when we were having our
Yeah.
conversation. So this is, I guess, moving
Okay.
ahead a little bit. When we were having our conversation with Stavik about his motivations and stuff, and Husa was kind of cited as like a sidetrack to that, and I was like, well, if she was fucking dead, then it would all align. It'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
I got to make sure that I fix the Maelstrom, if for no other reason than so this girl that got attached to me is ending her torment.
Or your daughter.
I have a
Yeah,
plan
I mean them
for
too,
Husa.
but like we're here now.
I have a plan, and I hope it works.
Mhm.
Boy, based on what
Okay.
I just said, that makes me extremely nervous.
No, this has nothing to do with the Maelstrom. This has nothing to do with bumping Husa
okay.
off.
Killing
Okay,
Husa?
okay.
Yeah.
I don't think a little bump is gonna do it. She's got more HP than that.
She wants a lot of bumps, actually.
Unless you're looking for the bump that she's looking for, because that was not gonna kill her either. But
Mm.
Oh my.
I guess it might. Yeah.
But will kill us.
That is
It'll
correct.
kill me. I love you, Beardy. I love you very much, and I love that you love that this new toy that you have.
Oh,
I
this is
see
not a
you are
new
having,
toy. This is a toy I've had for a while.
and you are enjoying that toy, and I love that
I'm
for
just
you.
playing the character.
It's true.
It's not about what I want.
It's true.
Screwy. I'm just
You
playing the
said
character.
yes.
You're the one that said yes.
Well, we also were the ones to fish her. Like when she turned to stone, we could have left her there.
Louis was
could've
for
left her in
leaving
the
her.
pit.
She would
Yeah.
have died,
Left her in
but
the pit.
Louis was.
Valentino wasn't in favor of leaving her. He was like, "This is, we should do something." But the fact that we did something was a decision we made. We can't.
I also want to point out that even if we fix the she's in love with Stavik or wants to bone Stavik and is mated to him for life, like, we don't really have a place to put her right now, and she can't be really trusted on her own
No.
on the surface.
Honestly, she
So
should just
that doesn't
die.
really
I
solve the
have a
problem.
She should
plan.
really just die.
I have a plan. I have
Mhm,
a plan.
What's the plan?
Okay.
I ain't share that shit yet.
Is it as good as the plan of we could just bury her?
We find an
Okay.
expert on Lentakivi and just push her responsibilities on them.
I just want to say I have heard Screwy's plan, and it is incredible. And that is all I'm going to say. It is
They
incredible.
usually are. So.
They
Screwy, I'm
really
gonna need you
are.
to send me your plan.
I can't.
But
What do you
he's the
can't?
DM.
You literally have
Yeah.
to send it to me. Like,
God damn. Okay.
That's not a thing. This is not negotiable.
It
Damn it,
can't
damn it.
happen unless he knows.
You understand? You have to communicate these things with me for them to work, right?
I want you to read that, Beardy, and tell me that it's not incredible.
Oh, I'm excited. I am so excited for it.
Also, why does Xander know?
You mean Shane?
Yeah, same person.
Because
person.
I was the only one around at the time, is why.
Is that right?
Mhm.
Gotcha.
And I promised, I swore myself to secrecy.
but Screwy needed the endorphins from telling one person and getting a reaction.
Well, thank you, Screwy.
Mhm, mhm.
I appreciate that. I will say nothing.
All right. Well then, nonetheless, shall
Yes.
we rewind just a little bit?
Yeah, so let's keep going. So they get back to
Yes.
camp. There's some scenes there that evening. What happened?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well,
I've gotten hit by a firework before, and it hurt less than this entire night.
I feel like I turned on MTV and I was watching a roast of someone. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have
I
this
mean-
fidget here, and all it is a bunch of screw things, just things that happen to screw. And I'm just sitting here just fidgeting with it the entire time.
All I can say is that Xander went fucking off.
Yeah, Xander went off.
I mean, it was kind of deserved though at this point.
That's-
Xander really went heavy on that one to the point where
That's-
even Louis was like, back it off a little bit.
This has been intense,
Like-
dude.
I just want to stress to everybody that this is the absolute nicest version of what I had
That's
planned
true.
to say today. I literally was
curious.
anxious about this session. Because I was
Okay.
like, I don't think Screwy will recover psychologically from the things I will say about his character tonight. So I'm really glad that it went very smoothly, relatively.
Part
I
of
thought it
me
went pretty smooth.
wants to know, because I don't want you to have that kind of
I'm sure
festering
Shane's
on you.
fine, honestly.
Oh, I've let it go. I've let
Yeah.
it go because it didn't happen, so I'm good. I'm good.
Okay,
This
okay.
is the
But I wanna
canon. We
know.
already have the canon.
I want to know what you would. I want to know what the worst one was.
What-
I want to know. Like,
what was the
you
very
actually
worst
killed Stavik
comment?
right there. You're just like fucking shut
Okay.
your bones.
I just want everyone
Okay.
to know that
Shh.
Stavik's a bitch.
Okay, I'm not gonna give you the worst because I feel like it's cursed to even think the thought, much less say it.
Mhm.
But I will say there was potentially going to be a comment about hoping that he was a better absentee father than he was an absentee believer in the Maelstrom.
Boom.
Is all I'm gonna say.
That's. Oh, I want to know the rest of it though. I can
It's
just
so
see it now.
tasty.
He's like, that's why your wife dead.
Dead as hell.
What kind of shoes you got in those coffins?
I'm not going to say.
Mhm.
Oof. Mm.
Any
Not gonna-
comeback you have,
Okay.
it would be way
It would have
worse.
Okay.
turned into a fight.
Yeah.
No, there would have not been. had those particular words happened, it would have been on site. There would have been no response.
That's what I thought.
He would have leapt across the
That's why I was anxious.
Yeah.
Do you think that the near-death Stavik would have had much of a chance against someone like that?
No.
Okay.
Girl.
And that's why I was anxious.
I would have had to activate my fire again, been like, get it off me now, Xander. Get this curse off me so I can burn him alive.
Oh,
Very dead.
yeah. I was like, I don't want to start a fight that will destroy a member of the party. I don't want to be responsible for this. So I'm really glad that it didn't happen that way. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. No. That would have rocked him to his absolute core. He would not. He would probably not have handled that well.
I imagine so. But I mean, you would have had Husa on your side in that fight too. So you'd have really had a good.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she'd be busy with Requiem and Rhapsody though. She can't do shit.
Yeah. I mean, by stats alone, I think she could take Rhapsody and Requiem
At the same time?
Yeah.
Okay.
She can. She
In
has
a fight,
mobility.
right?
They don't.
She is into them
In a
bones.
fight, right?
See, honestly, there's a solution.
There's
to
a
this whole
solution.
problem.
Yeah.
You could always trick her into thinking that Rhapsody and Requiem are Stavik temporarily.
Oh.
Let's
I
stop
don't
this
think she would-
conversation.
No.
I don't think that would actually work on her, though, to be frankly honest.
No,
She has
I
this
could think of a
sense.
way to make that work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
That's cursed.
No,
That could
we're
work.
Not doing that.
It shouldn't work.
We're not.
shouldn't
We're not
work.
getting into that specific.
But
We're not going to do
gonna
that
get
to that
there.
poor girl.
All right.
No.
But hey, we have a plan
So-
A.
Plan A.
The roast of
And I
Stavik
really
happened
hope it works.
mostly by Xander.
Which I would like to say, if I was playing Stavik, I would have fucking walked away. I mean, okay, you know what? Deuces.
Bye, I'm leaving this party.
It's like I have a limit and it has been reached.
I
Goodbye.
mean, notably, that was kind of why Louis brought up, like, hey, can we consider taking this seriously, like this job we're gonna do, and like why we're doing it, and why we're a party. So
Really good scene.
I was
by the way.
very, very glad for that. Yeah.
Yeah, the round the horn, like explain why we're here, why we're doing this. I think it was really good.
mhm.
It was nice for everybody to kind of restate their goals.
Let everyone think about everyone's descriptions on why they're here.
My favorite was
sense.
Husa's.
I
Of course.
never want to hear her fucking existence ever again. I'm gonna be frankly honest. I hate her
What's
so
gonna
much
happen?
now.
Hope my plan works.
You got no choice, Kenny. I would
know.
acclimate. You're in the same situation as Screwy.
It's like dealing with Detlef in the first season. I just don't want to be a part of it.
I
Well,
love
look
him,
how that
though.
turned out. Yeah, maybe you'll be great. Maybe you'll love her eventually. Anyway,
New chat favorite.
it's also we keep calling this roast of Stavik. I feel like we're in the Valentino really tried to go to bat for you.
Yeah.
did.
Like
It's true.
And I very
did.
much appreciate that.
Mhm.
he was gonna be real with you about it, but I was like, and especially because like I mean, from Valentino's perspective, a lot of Xander's shit has been like, okay, bro, like we like, and especially because Xander
Understandable.
being somebody who is so driven by a mission is kind of alien to Valentino. He's like at his bottom line is about living your life the way you want to. So when Xander's like, oh, it's got to be about the mission. He's like, well, that's
I feel like
All
that
All
work
work
was
and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
yeah, I mean, I guess that too.
okay, but the everything's gonna end and be tortured, and no one's gonna get reincarnated if we don't do this. So it's actually really important that
It
we
is
do
really
lock it the
important.
fuck
Yes.
in.
And I
Unless-
hear you. But beach episode.
He said we could still have fun from time to time, but to just take it seriously.
The
We
thing,
can have serious fun.
yeah.
I believe it,
Yeah.
Zulin. I
Like
believe it with Zulin.
The thing though that I didn't really like, I wanted to address more, but it didn't feel in character with Valentino, was the whole point about like, if Stavik's gonna be a paladin though, like, not even like it's he should be focused on like Owen stuff, but like I would expect that he would be without, like any sense of obligation. Just that the inherent assumption that it is the most important thing.
Yeah. And that's fine. That is a valid assumption. With how he basically came to the role, there was not much put upon him. There was not much outside of duty to the community, duty to try to go find Owen, and aside from that, there was not much. So it never.
But generally speaking, a paladin is going to be more devoted than like a pastor will, even, because like where a pastor is somebody who will be very well versed in their religion and be very careful, like cautious to preach it correctly. Paladin is someone who's ready to die for it. That goes and grabs weapons and puts on armor with the expectation that there's something out there that wants to kill them, because of their beliefs.
I just wanted to. I'm sorry, Beardy. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, and they're willing to not only go out there and fight for their beliefs, but they're willing to kill for those beliefs as well.
Yeah.
So they want to spread those beliefs at the point of a sword often. So they're fanatical by definition.
I also was very fascinated with how you described how you came into worshiping Owen, because you kind of really didn't talk about it. You circled around that subject because you've told Louis that you started worshiping because of your wife, and he was waiting for that.
He came to it
too.
So, in addition to the reason for that was, still kind of processing the roast. Still kind of internalizing, like, okay, they're not roasting me, they're roasting Stavik. They're not roasting me, they're roasting Stavik.
No one is even roasting Stavik. Just being deadly real with him.
Exactly. And I was like trying to, okay, this is this is not me, this is him. So trying to remember his whole lore was difficult to try at the time. So it was to try to remember it at the same time. It was, that was the reason for that.
Because his response did surprise me, and that was another situation where I was like, well, I have thoughts about that, but Valentino, like, if you're like, oh, it's to honor my brother, Valentino's like, oh, that's a good enough reason for me, and I'm like, I don't know if that's what Owen's about, because that's like about death for the living, rather than death for the self.
There was some discrepancies that Louis noticed, so he became more and more suspicious during the conversation. So that's kind of the aggro that happened.
I feel like for Xander, though, I'm not sure if he articulated his ideas very clearly. Like, he doesn't care if Stavik wants to worship Owen and, like, do his thing and, like, keep seeing Husa and just, like, do other things, too. Like, he's totally fine with that. But it was the fact that Stavik referred to himself as a paladin and, like, kept seeming like he really, really wanted to do that, but then his actions didn't seem to be matching
he sounded
up with
like
that.
all talk.
That was the source of it. Yeah, that was the source of Xander's frustration.
Because it's like a badge of office. It's like
right, exactly,
and it's an office that Xander holds a seat in. So for him, it's a very important thing. And when someone else is like, "Oh yeah, me too. I'm part of the government as well." Anyway,
I'm a doctor too.
I'm the government.
Yeah, I'm a doctor too. I don't have. What? How'd you get a license? Oh, just kind of got one.
My wife was a doctor, so
So
So I really like airplanes, so I want people to call me a pilot.
Yeah. So it's like totally fine. Like, he has no problem with Stavik worshiping Owen, but it's like, if you want to call yourself a paladin of Owen, if you want to, like, live up to that, then you need to step up, was essentially what he wanted to convey. Yeah.
He heard it.
Yeah.
He heard it.
For sure. I did like Zulin's response. That was the most interesting response to me.
Yeah, that was fascinating. I anticipated it, though.
Why are you with
here?
us? Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Zulin was the only one who wasn't like, yeah, I'm here for the adventure. It's like,
No, Louis
No,
not
I'm-
here for the
He's the
adventure.
only one. Yeah, I mean, it
He's
felt
here
like it
for
was
the
just
bones
Valentino
and the
Bro
bodies.
that were
that's
that
true.
way.
Yeah, Louis was. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, it was a very practical answer. Very Zulin.
I
loved
am
it.
really enjoying having a sort of bit out of like starting to call Zulin out, and then before he gets
Walking it back?
cornered, yeah, Bat being like, no, he's great, he's fine. What am I talking about?
Every time. Uh,
And Bastion answered that it was friendship. That was why he was
yeah,
doing it.
Mm-hmm.
the friends you made along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's
Mhm.
I
never
think that
had
would have
like
been
close friends before.
Valentino's answer like 10 or so episodes ago,
Sure.
but it's been a little less the case.
Yeah.
Especially after finding out that Louis had lied to everyone. Although, to be fair, he didn't know that Louis had lied because he didn't know
Yeah,
the lie.
sure.
But Grem was
Well,
really like,
That's
What
why
the
Louis
fuck?
didn't tell anyone else, because he's like,
Yeah,
this
it
is
made a
only
lot of
necessary
sense.
for this person to know this lie,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to lie to anyone else about it.
it made perfect
is
sense then. Why you didn't tell
Also,
us?
why Xander didn't say anything to
Mhm.
Valentino too, because he was like, I don't want to, I can't lie about the situation,
Mhm.
so I can't tell Valentino anything about this because I can't say that Louis Owen.
Because that's not
You
true.
could tell him the truth. They probably would have
That is
played
true.
along. But I can also understand that as someone who's not like intimately involved with the situation, why wouldn't
Yeah.
assume that. But I was sitting there like when we're doing this investigation, and I'm like, there's no solution. I'm like, we're walking around with the guy who's dead, who's not dead, and they're trying to kill him, but he's right here, and they're killing a bunch of
Mhm.
other people. I'm like, none of this makes any fucking sense.
'Cause it
Clearly,
doesn't.
we are just missing a
'Cause it
ton of
doesn't.
pieces to the puzzle. Well, that's true, and we are clearly missing.
Yeah.
But like, I can actually start putting stuff together now without it contradicting itself at every turn.
And that's why
Like, oh my
that
God,
meta knowledge
finally.
was dangerous.
I know.
I am
and
so sorry.
I mean, there was no choice. I just was.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
notably, Louis did tell Stavik while he was drunk while we were in Rosalejo, but nobody remembered, so I didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And I was like,
mhm.
I did say that out loud, but
Yeah.
it didn't seem to be caught, so I'm just gonna say it again,
Just
I guess.
Ignore
The
it. Yeah.
Context there made it seem like there was a different. Like I thought it was him.
Like,
being
I'm
like,
Louis, not Owen.
Yeah, that's kind of how I interpret it.
Yeah.
I thought it was him just being like
Yeah.
commenting.
That's
Like,
pretty
I'm
accurate.
me, even if I'm him. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Fascinating. Fascinating stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Screwy, how do you feel about learning about the Owen Gambit, as me and Shane have been calling it for many a time?
Mm-hmm.
Used.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Used.
I
Very
think
much
played
so.
is the word, my friend.
Yeah,
Same.
there wasn't
Yeah.
much use to be had, really, because
Wow.
even when Louis asked for things, Stavik didn't listen to them.
Okay, I just want it to be known that I did not do the roasting tonight.
Yeah. The episode you got to roast, and the checkpoint Kenny gets to roast. So.
Mhm.
I mean, Louis just wanted to keep the peace mostly and be like, understandably, Xander has the right to be upset about all this, but also I don't want anyone to die today.
And now Kenny's like, I choose violence.
Absolutely every day.
I do just want to like pause for just 1 second, and I just want to say, Screwy, it is an absolute pleasure playing this game with you.
It's true.
Agreed.
Really, yeah.
Like
Mhm.
100%, 10 out of 10. No notes.
Oh,
Aside from
the
some technical
conflict-
audio
So
stuff, no
good.
notes.
Anything
So
that
good.
happens with the characters is just between the characters. It should be.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I adore you, Screwy.
You were a joy to play
Mhm.
with. Well done.
Predictably
you.
unpredictable, and my favorite on that aspect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
But yes, this is just kind of how it is. So
But while we're doing some roasting, just
Go
got one
on.
thing to throw in here. All right,
Okay.
I'm sorry, Screwy. So I don't know if I should say this. I wrote this one down. I was like, I gotta remember this, and I feel bad even having written it.
Okay.
Oh no.
It's okay. What? I just system. It's alright.
go on,
So-
Grem.
Because I was like, because we were talking about Stavik situation with his daughter, with Rue, and I had some other thoughts on that too. With but I was like, wow, he's like the most absentee father ever, and I was like, actually, I think Marcus is more so. So I wrote down Stavik or Marcus, the more absentee father.
Eventually, once we get to season or campaign 100, we can have a absentee father battle royale.
We all play dads.
And see
Except it's all Screwy's characters. Because I mean, let's look at the absentee fathers so
Wasn't
far.
several also
We've got
technically?
Yes!
No, he
Marcus?
just killed his baby.
yeah.
You're right.
We've got Marcus, the absentee father. We've
Petravian.
got Petravian, the absentee father.
Petravian is not an absentee father. Vera is an absentee parent.
You know what?
Petravian was parenting the wrong kid. Is the only problem.
Yeah.
That is very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was very there for Raduvi.
For Raduvi. You know, his daughter Raduvi.
No other daughters, right?
Yeah.
Right? You didn't need to
Yeah.
have sex with someone to create spawn or
I
anything
would
because you were
love-
satisfied with your adoptive child, right?
In case it made sense. Okay, you went.
Want to see? I want to DM a one shot.
Good luck.
Where
Okay.
y'all play one of my character. Each one plays a different of my character. And
I call Petravian.
I call Marcus.
Who would you have
shit,
play
I'm-
who?
Oh God. Okay.
Oh, that's a good
Um,
one.
What would be your dream casting?
Oh,
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Say again? Wait.
Because I know
okay.
who I would put in whose
I could
position.
play
So what do you
several
have?
pretty well, probably.
Okay. Either you or Shane plays several.
That's true.
I think Shane would make an excellent several. personally.
Exactly.
I would love to
Uh,
play several.
Right. Oh.
Tasty.
He's so yeah. Grem, I think, could play a very convincing Marcus.
Could not do the
Yeah.
voice.
I'm torn.
See, now
I
I'm
think-
gonna be an asshole and say, "Don't worry, neither could Screwy."
I wasn't gonna make the reference. I wasn't gonna say it. I just want to say.
No, it's just I only say that because it wasn't even a thing until like the very, very end.
Yes, I know. Okay. God.
It's not that you failed to do the voice. That's so yeah. Anyway,
So you chose to add one for some reason.
Xeno, you got Petravian. He's yours.
Yay!
Okay.
He's
Well,
yours.
Beardy, you and I have nothing.
hey, that's
No.
what I'm used
How
to.
about Stavik?
You still got
Stavik.
Stavik.
Oh, give that to Beardy.
Beardy's got Stavik.
What's that mean? Leaves you
You
with
can go
Bowden.
with Husa.
Odin.
Bowden.
Oh fuck yeah! You can have Bowden and Melly.
Take that out. That accent.
Melee.
It's
Melee.
melee.
Yeah,
There you
right.
go.
Are
Yeah.
you gonna just stand there, or are you gonna fight?
See, I feel like me being Marcus is a compliment because I feel like Marcus is fucking hard mode. I'm like, what
True.
would Marcus do in any situation?
T-pose.
I have no fucking
He would
idea. Well,
T-pose.
okay, all right. It's no longer a compliment. I see where this is going.
He would
NPC
T-pose
energy.
and then just say the most random shit. You just
Mhm.
throw it.
Yeah.
You got to turn on an AI generator and be like,
Oh,
give
I
me a
can't
random
do
phrase.
that. I'm physically I get sick if I touch ChatGPT.
Random
Fair.
phrase generator.
Fair.
Vera, we are leaving the food.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know if I could ever play Marcus. I'm honored, but like I could not predict anything that dude was gonna say or do ever.
I'm Marcus. Chaotic good.
Like when
It is. It is an honor to be the NPC character of the season. It is an honor. It's the greatest honor, Graham.
I'm like thinking back, what kind of stuff did Marcus say? I'm like, oh yeah, they're like you chaotic good, Marcus, or like with like yes, so I
I
love
did
you
not
too.
eat her. I did not.
You see, sometimes it's like a sponge, and sometimes it just gets absorbed. But I did not eat her
I
soul.
did not eat her.
I did not eat her.
I just happen to have
Lives in my
all the
mind,
memories.
rent free.
Like, I mean, when that example, when Levette confronted Marcus, I thought he was gonna fess up. I was like, "There's no way she's gonna have to kill him because he's going to just be like sad about it." And
Yeah.
he was like, "No fucking way."
I didn't do it.
No
I
way
did
did
not
do
kill
that.
her.
Nope.
He
I don't
doubled
do it.
down so hard, it was like legitimately shocking back then.
Yeah, it
Right.
was amazing.
I mean,
so
I
happy.
believed it. I bought into it for a while. It was like, "Oh, so
Maybe
Levette
it
killed
didn't
her."
actually
Oh, no.
happen. You gaslit us.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I almost said monster. Marcus definitely deserved his death.
Yes.
I mean, that I stood by that one for a long time. That one
Absolutely.
was kind of my camp.
It was
Look,
beautiful.
did the ventriloquism thing. I manipulated the
I was
situation
gonna
so he
say
could
that.
die properly. So,
Mm-hmm.
teehee.
The voice of Eden.
Oh yeah, you know the thing
Incredible.
I've done 3 times.
Incredible.
It works every time.
It works every
love it.
time. It just
Yeah.
works. It just works.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I am a simple individual.
Back to the
And we
I'm
love
actual.
very
you.
well read.
Thank you.
I'm
back to episode
Back to the
45.
actual episode.
Oh shit, that's
Yes.
right. Hi.
So after the roast of Stavik
And
Mm.
sharing our fifis about why we're on
and
this journey
sharing fifis and
together.
going around the horn, everybody telling why they wanted to
Weird
be a part of this.
This is also
Uh,
related to the roast, but not more roasting, so you're clear, Screwy. But related to that, I had 3 lines of notes. My second line was the most snide session ever. I felt like there was so much salt, and that was aside from the cooking.
Yeah, aside
Yeah.
from the Nat 1 cooking.
Holy shit!
Yikes.
I'm glad
Yeah.
everyone forgot about my cooking.
Husa won't. She loved it.
Can
She
we stop
did.
talking about her?
She's
Such a mood killer for me. Oh.
Yeah, so there was some conversations that took place after that. I believe there was a Zulin Louis.
Bastion Louis.
Yeah,
Well,
Well,
a
there-
couple
there's,
different conversations.
there's the truth serum part.
Yeah.
yeah. Louis made sure that Xander got to talk to Bastion first because Bastion immediately forgot that Xander wanted to talk to him.
What is
Mhm.
the use or value of this truth serum? I'd like to understand.
Oh,
it.
it was legitimately just so Louis could get over his trust issues with Bastion.
Well, right, but
I think
like,
Grem means like the function of the truth serum because you can resist it.
because you can resist it, and unlike a zone of truth spell, you don't know if the person resisted it.
True.
So they drink the truth serum and then may or may not be lying.
Mhm.
What, like, isn't that the state they
I
were
would
in
say-
before drinking the potion?
I would say it is slightly less
Slight-
likely than normal that they would be lying. That's what I
Yes.
put. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the case. Is like if someone is inclined to lie a lot, they might not be lying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Listen, you say this, but in the real world, we have polygraph machines which have a 51% accuracy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And we
essentially
use
the same.
It's
we use those-
slightly better
and-
than a guess.
Yeah, and apparently people use those as like evidence in court, which is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that like whoever made the potion, I was like, oh, I guess I'll find out who made this potion. I thought it was Zulin, but maybe I'm wrong.
It
because
was.
it was Zulin.
Yep.
Well, yeah, exactly. But I thought I was wrong because I was like, oh, Zulin will know if they're lying or not. No, nobody knows. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why is everyone drinking this?
Oh, I mean, Louis
It could
wanted to
just be
see if
water.
it could be resisted at all.
Zulin could have made a placebo. Like, how would you know?
He could have.
He could have.
He could have. That's true.
And maybe that was a good idea since I was going to make him drink it.
It's like, I figured out how to make this truth potion. You just put sugar in water. It's incredible.
I mean, Louis did help
Mm.
make some of the components, or at least prepare some of the components for it. So he was a part of
You
making
get the
it.
sugar.
I hate you. Yeah, there was little conversation twinkles here and there of everyone. Let's
This
see.
conversation between
I feel like
and-
Xander was definitely holding back whatever else he was gonna say to
Mhm.
Bastion.
Mm.
That is true, but I do want to zoom back to a previous conversation that happened during the truth serum bit while Xander and Stavik were off together.
Sure.
I feel like that whole bit about what to do about Husa and the cloak was very, very
Yes.
interesting for me.
How the fuck did you know I gave it to Xander?
I gave it to him.
You gave it to me.
No, I gave
I
it to
asked for it.
I was right. Fucking called it.
I thought I gave it to him.
Kenny,
He
Kenny,
always forgets Louis now. What's
give
happening?
me vindication. Was I right?
This is why you're a bad Owen worshiper.
Kenny, was I correct?
You were correct. He did
Damn.
forget.
I said he misremembered and got it right by accident. And I was right.
No, I was like, what the fuck? How does he know that I gave it to Xander? I mean,
I was also a little shocked. Xander was also a little bit shocked about that.
Mm-hmm.
so confused.
Daylight
Okay.
savings time.
Just leave it as confused.
Are we the
Hell
same
yeah,
person?
hell yeah. Right? Yeah, also, it's just fascinating that Stavik asked to borrow the cloak for that.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to me.
What is
It's
that?
interesting to me. Because it's like, imagine being like, hey, can I borrow the Shroud of Turin for a day so I can use it to go see my daughter?
So she can see me as I was when I left.
Yeah, so she's not scared.
Yeah, it's like, hey, can I borrow the Pope's hat for just a day? For this
Yeah.
very, 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 very simple thing?
My kid's birthday's on Saturday. I just want to
Yeah.
borrow the hat for one
Hey.
day.
I know all
So-
this style guide stuff is definitely confidential, but I'm gonna print it out for the birthday party, okay? No one take
So-
any photos and post it online.
I want to gauge what people will think of this. So, obviously, Stavik's going to have the cloak, so he looks like his old self.
Mhm.
What would be worse? Like, you are 70, you had an absentee father.
It's the same.
What's worse? You are visited by this shadowy person who's like, "Hey, I'm your father. I'm a skeleton now." Or seeing your father walk in looking exactly the fucking same. He's been living his life perfectly.
They're both awful
I don't
options,
know.
to be honest.
Then when she's like, "Why did you leave?" and you're like, "Oh, well, I was on this training regimen that told me to get the stressors out of my life, and I would stay youthful, and it worked."
And then you remove it, and it's like, oh no!
I've actually been
I'm not talking
secretly
with you right now.
farming your plasma and then injecting it into myself so I can live forever.
And she's like, "Wait, that was you?" And you're like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, it just comes from the idea that, well,
Yeah.
it's going to be a shock, but not like, here comes the Grim Reaper, come to get me.
Also, you have
Sure,
you
sure.
have your other shroud thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but it's a little more spooky to have a masked man claiming to be your parent to come in.
May I say something cursed?
Yes, please.
You do
I
it all the
mean,
time,
I
it's
would
fine.
never deny you I would never deny you the opportunity to say something cursed.
Okay, so my perspective on this is, why are we assuming that Husa doesn't, or sorry, Rue doesn't know about this? Because if we think about it, right, these nobles have been doing these rituals for what, like a whole bunch of time, and the rituals are from the book, which we know A of the Circle Red, and the book was Stavik's, and it's associated with Von Hugel, and she's literally Rue Von Hugel. So, like,
Mhm.
why are we assuming that she's not the one who's been spreading, like, Daddy's book everywhere? Like, hey, my dad was a skeleton. Here's some rituals.
My
you people
dad
should
worked
do
at
it.
Nintendo. I've got all the cheat codes.
Also, she just
Maybe
so
that's
happened
why-
to be in Pentris.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe that's why she's
Pinterest?
still alive. This
Mhm.
many years later.
Don't.
Maybe she
Remember,
No.
Antonio Dupree was leaving Pinterest When he
Just
died.
remember, but also remember, disowned.
You know what? You're right,
your
Screw.
daughter?
We shouldn't talk or think about it at all. I would love for this to blindside the shit out of you. So
I think
Yeah, that was
it'll
just my
be
first thought.
eventful, an experience, maybe enriching. It'll definitely affect you in some way, shape,
Oh,
or form,
yeah.
is my guess. Very, very deeply.
maybe it doesn't. What if he goes and
What if
sees
he's like
his
very
daughter?
neutral about it? Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
if
nice.
he has the thing on, and she's like, "Oh, hey, you're back. I was waiting for you
She
today.
has
Do you want to
dementia.
make cookies together?"
I'd love to make cookies.
That'd be so fucking sad.
So long as you're not dating anyone.
Yeah. As long as
Mom
you're not dating
missed you
anyone, it's
so
like,
much. She's a
He's
skeleton.
like,
She's just in
"Mom,
the other
look,
room.
he's back." And
Mom, come in here.
Ida is like,
No,
exactly the
she's a
same age as
skeleton,
she was too.
But she's just dead in the corner. Fucking Bates Motel style.
Oh my God.
Screwy. How dare you put that so cursed into the world?
Wow.
You're doing it
I love
yourself
it.
now.
I love that you're manifesting that.
I also thought it was funny that you're like, "Oh, if she sees you as a skeleton," and I'm like, "Well, if she's relatively around magic stuff, then that might not be that terrifying." Except
she's a
if she is a
necromancer.
genuine Owen worshiper, she's going to be like, "Terrace, be gone!"
How dare you?
Heretic.
What if your
Abomination.
daughter killed your wife because she lost you in the maelstrom?
I mean, I've heard of kids seeking revenge on their parents before. It's not that weird, right?
That's
Right?
not that
Right,
weird.
guys?
There is a lot of fun theories in here, and I'm loving them.
But
I'm
only
trying to
one
think of
truth.
the one which would decimate me the most.
I think
Yeah, what
Beardy
would that
has
one
it.
be? I'm just gonna pick up this notepad here.
I'm not gonna give
I
it
was
to
gonna pick up this
you.
notepad here, and for no reason at all, while you say which one would hurt you the most.
I'm not gonna
I know.
hand it to you,
I already
Buster
found
Brown.
it. Right, so you get to the house that Xander has divined to you. You're like, okay,
Hmm.
ramp up, open it. It's Husa. The whole time.
Or it is Rue, and she's like, "Dad, Husa." You two are together, and you're like, "Wait, there's no fucking way."
How'd you know my girlfriend?
Oh my god. So, I will say this: what I actually have planned so far is more devastating than anything you've all said. So that's
Yeah.
Yay!
Fuck you.
Yay!
So
So-
good.
Well, that's because
you.
I don't want to say the
Good.
things that I hope will happen, to be frankly
Right, same,
honest.
frankly,
Yeah.
same, but
I just hope
I don't know.
I
Ours
just
is
hope
pretty
that
You're
good.
gonna discover your prostate finally.
I just hope that I do it justice when I portray the scene, because it's going to be something that's going to be difficult for me to do. It is so devastating, and it's going to be hard for me to play it, but I will try.
Oh, that's so delicious. I want
Yeah.
it
I
now.
feel it. I understand
Why?
exactly what kind of shit you're talking about now.
You know, we
Yeah.
have time. Why don't we just
Yeah, why don't we skip ahead?
next one?
Nope.
We can stay up for another 5 hours, right, guys?
Right. Yeah, totally.
It's 3:00 for you now.
Your daylight
Yeah, I know.
savings means it's like tomorrow or something, so it's basically
Yeah,
a
that's
week
true.
away. Whatever.
Might as well just
Right.
play
Yeah,
again.
right. So, anything else happened in the episode you want to discuss?
Lots.
Yes.
Okay. What else we got?
Yeah. I want with everyone talking about their motivations. I just want to say I already mentioned it during session, but I'm loving the fuck Hos Vista solidarity, independent creators. Like
Oh.
they're shitting on everyone's work.
Also, Zulin was shitting on the Aroni.
The Aronis. Yeah.
Yes, he has a
I
right
love
to.
that. Mm-hmm.
Fucking half-assed fucking alchemist.
Every time like something like this happens, and I'm just like, man, if we could just have like a non-canon side story with Zula and Levette together, where they're just the most unethical people together,
And move.
and they're completely supportive of each other for it.
It'd be so good.
Mm-hmm. That would be terrible for the world, but great for
Yeah.
inventions and science.
Science!
Yeah.
Zulin's
all
like,
of
hey,
my-
I've noticed these people you're making. I could give them more realistic organs.
I
We
could
just
make
have to find
everything
donors.
permanent.
And
That
we
could
can
be
make them
fun.
stronger.
Mm-hmm. We'll get all of the unethical science types together and have a little mini game.
Oh, that sounds
You know,
amazing.
just-
I have
Let
just the
me-
character for it.
Stay on
You know-
my side of the lab and don't talk to me. Please.
When you think about it, maintaining a purely humanoid form could be limiting.
Oh yeah, that's why
Perhaps.
they have two.
I think we
love
should
this.
go the Serpentes route and add more arms.
You know what? I like that. I
Extra
used to
arms
have
would
extra
always
arms.
be useful.
Mm.
Multi-limbed creatures tend to have a better ability to maintain themselves.
But we can't
I
let
like
the
it.
body reject it at all. That's too
Of
easy.
course. Well, there are ways to get around biological rejection.
Yeah.
Can I
Simple
just
serums and
say
say
mutagens
the
that can do the trick.
creepiest track in our Check Please album just got turned on?
I
Shuffle mode.
I absolutely love this. All four of these voices, like in concert to one another, they just.
It's Nerd City over here.
I don't exactly know what you said, but alright. Have fun with that.
I was like shouting. How do you not hear me?
Sorry, you're so low to the ground, my ears just couldn't pick it up. And I'm just so very
Wow.
tall.
How did you used to be related?
I think it's the accent. I'm just not used to it anymore. I can't translate it in my
No, for
brain
real, though.
anymore.
I had some thoughts about so just thinking about some shit with Levette, and I was kind of like playing out some stuff she was saying. I'm like, man, if she ever comes back, no one's gonna know what the fuck she's saying again.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a week for everyone to be like,
Look, I don't know how I know what she's saying sometimes when I
Yeah.
listen to the old episodes because I'm like, I
Same.
responded
Mhm.
to that, but what the fuck
Yeah.
did you say?
I've
been
said it
episodes-
before, but I've done the same thing, and I was the one talking. Where Levette just, and then they're like, "No, Levette, we can't do that."
Yeah, like
See,
that's
you
having to
say
be
that.
like a perfectly reasonable answer from like
Uh-huh.
me at the time, completely understanding you, and I listen to it and I'll just be like, that was
How?
just 100% straight up gibberish. What the fuck was
How
that?
could we have known?
Is this what our
How
what
could
our
we?
viewers
How
are
did I
seeing?
understand that?
Oh, I
I
remember
want you
the
all
thing
to
too.
know.
'Cause
I
was
want
like,
you all to know.
Hmm.
This is what it's like to have when you're trying to understand your children.
They come out French.
Yeah, pretty much. You can, yeah, no, like I can understand Levette like fluently. That's because of my little goblin children. They're
It's
just
because-
like,
So I was thinking the other day about the serial numbers we saw in the Bacola, and we realized the number being that high. I went through most of my natural life assuming I was never going to have children, and now I think I hold the world record.
Yeah, and little
Yeah.
did you know, you're gonna have like 300,000 kids.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I wasn't really trying to compete, but yeah,
And
yeah.
technically, that's just the B series too.
2 was enough,
Right.
and I didn't even raise them.
Who knows how many
Oh,
were
I
in the
didn't-
A
I didn't
series?
place, I mean,
Do they stamp it on? Is it like on the inside of their lip, or do they stamp that number on them or anywhere?
Well, they've got.
Oh, I don't know. Where do you get your stamp, Petravian?
You can't just ask someone where they get their stamp, Petravian.
Why
God.
not? It's just curiosity.
I got mine from Ish. Valentino got his at some weird place while he was drunk. You know, everyone's got a stamp,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm. And the word
Mhm.
"toll" on an ass cheek.
This is one of my favorites.
It's a good tattoo.
fair.
Mhm.
Destiny.
It's got a good story to it, and it's got a compelling motivation for me to follow.
I will
But-
not complete this until I find her.
Shall we get back to the episode we were discussing?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
What else we have to talk about?
Let's see.
Let's see.
Anything interesting that particularly happened that stood out to people?
Let's see. So Xander had a scene with Bastion.
Bastion. Yeah.
Yes.
Held back.
Said some stuff there. Held back some information,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but seemed like it went okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It
I
went
was
pretty
very
well.
interested
Bastion's
in-
always fascinating.
His mind.
Mhm.
His mind, or was that his soul? I can't figure out which was happening when you started describing this cartoon scene, and I was like, "Am I high? What's happening? Why is this getting described
saying
this
that
way?"
Incredible.
That's just what it looks like inside Bastion's mind all
Yeah,
the time.
that's
1920s
Sad.
cartoon.
I love it.
So sad.
Overly animated. Everything's very energetic.
Oh.
I love it. It's great.
So
it's
what
great.
you're saying is that Bastion has Zulin beat as the most fucking deranged person in our group?
Maybe.
Well, I didn't actually say this out loud ever in an episode, but I've told Shane that I think Bastion might be a psychopath.
Yeah, I mean, it would check out.
Maybe just a little bit.
He did admit that he had terrible tastes in women today.
That is true.
Wasn't
Groundbreaking.
really new information.
Not really news though, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That
That's
was,
true.
it was kind of
Notably,
obvious.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Petravian, though, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Let's stay on campaign 2 for this one, all right?
That's
Well,
fair.
We're gonna
So is
divulge back to
Valentino.
campaign 1 on accident.
then so does Valentino. I've been waiting for them to have that chat at some point. Like, not as like I need to sit down, but like, just whenever it comes around.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? I hear that there is going to be a date in Pentris where y'all are going to be able to go to the, what was it? Brothel or
Yeah.
something?
That's
oh
true.
God, I tried to forget that
And-
information.
And you're going to bring Louis! Hopefully.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
would you do that to him?
And that's when the bunny outfit's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
Yes!
why?
Oh wait, have we not talked
I
about
need
that
this.
in Checkpoint
Nope.
before? My bad for introducing this.
I mean,
No.
it sounds pretty self-explanatory.
Explain it.
Explain, please.
I think Kenny should probably be the one to explain,
No. I'm good.
since you were the progenitor of this idea.
Whoa. Beardy started the conversation. I just drew the picture after because I think Louis is a cute character and I want to draw him more. And I did.
So, counterpoint.
Yeah.
Actually, not even a counterpoint, but a follow-up to that.
Uh-huh.
Think about how much more you'll be able to draw your cute character in the bunny outfit when the bunny session happens.
I'd rather draw him in. Never mind. Sure.
Look,
Okay,
if
continue,
Louis
please.
doesn't want to go to the brothels, well, Valentino's not going to pressure
He
him. But you
never
should go.
has.
You should still adventure in a bunny outfit. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Why does?
I've got a suggestion for Beardy.
It's flexible.
Beardy.
My ears are open. What do you got?
Louis is a dedicated investigator. So all we need is a
True.
mystery at the brothel, and Louis is gonna go
Mhm.
there.
Wait,
Yeah,
he never
that's
said
true.
he was an investigator.
I'm
I
pretty
got a
Literally-
quote
Love
right
solving
here
mysteries.
that says he's the smartest guy ever in investigation.
You literally
Yeah.
designed the logo for our group.
Our investigation company.
It wasn't about the investigation part. It was more like finding out this Owen stuff that he didn't
Finding out.
consider
investigating?
investigation.
Yeah, investigating the Owen stuff.
Uh-huh.
I'm not trying to be an investigator, you guys. I'm just trying to find out the answer to these questions.
He's just a Barbie main character from a movie at this point, ain't he?
Yeah.
I'm not a fighter. I just hit things with my sword.
I don't know.
Yeah, I love
I don't
him.
kill people. I just stab them till they're dead.
He's the island princess, everybody. It's cool. That's what Louis is, really. He's just Barbie's island princess. That's what I'm gonna land on today.
I love him.
Yeah.
I love him dearly. I am curious. People said that Xander was holding back during the Bastion conversation. What do people think Xander was holding back?
That I'm not entirely sure. It just felt like he wanted to say so much more than he actually was going to say, which is very Xander at the same time.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, there
Okay.
were just moments where he was like, I'm not going to say that. So
Yeah.
whatever it was that he wasn't going to say is the
Okay.
thing that he held back on.
I'm just curious why he
Okay.
held back.
He can't profess his love that quickly.
Hmm.
Oh, he doesn't want Louis to get jealous. He's like, I want to make you cry,
Tracks.
Bastion.
Yeah. So, next what happened was the truth serum stuff. So, any fun thoughts about that whole conversation?
Who knows if it was real?
Yeah, I kind of blew my load on the thoughts on that one, but
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about the
Also-
whole conversation. I was like, man, they could both be lying about everything they're saying and both be like, I trust him so much more now and feel bad about being the one who lied.
Yeah.
At least
Could've
until Louis
happened.
admitted that he could just lie. Then I'm sure Bastion didn't feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
Louis thought it was more
I
important
thought-
to choose.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cute when Bastion was like, I don't need to ask you any more questions.
I just wanted
Because
to
I just
hear
want you
your
to tell me.
favorite color.
Yeah, because like you're going to tell me stuff when you're not on Truth Serum. And then Louis was like, it doesn't really matter because Truth Serum doesn't affect me in the first place. And then Bastion was like, oh, well, that's cool too because, you know,
Suddenly
I was
this
going to
is a
trust
really
you either way.
leveraged situation. I do actually have thoughts on that. Louis lied about the fucking goblins. Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That was
only
the
Bastion
revelation
knows
there.
about it. That is
Yeah.
going to probably have consequences because
So
Valentino
what did,
has been having very gradually shifting opinions about goblins.
Yeah, no,
And,
this is a guilt that's been eating Louis up because he traveled with Jackie, and Jackie has a very close relationship with goblins. He feels terrible.
Oh, then I am so excited for where this is going, and I hope that he is too afraid to tell anyone else until it's too late.
Yeah, probably.
Mwah.
That's my
Delicious.
boy.
A fun scene, and you know, the revelation of the goblins not being a real thing. So that has been fun. But after that Truth Serum scene, they make it back to the party where they're gathered around the campfire. And
I guess I was just sad about Bastion's answers because it's just always so boring and short.
Oof.
okay,
sometimes that's what answers are, motherfucker.
Louis just loves his stories.
He really does
Yeah.
love stories. So it's like if you can't like get that ADHD brain interested, it's just like
That's such bad reasoning.
yeah,
They
This
have
is
like
my stories.
literally the opposite ADHD. Louis is like, I can't deal with the situation unless you tell it to me as a story. And Bastion's like, if you speak more than 5 words consecutively, I will forget what you said, so make it clear.
they just don't
Yeah.
mesh well.
if you say more than 5 words at a time, my brain goes fully smooth, and your words are just
If you're not exciting enough, I don't care.
Ugh.
you have to be precise and to the point, or Bastion does not listen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, several of his answers were quite short for him.
Yeah,
I think it was a good conversation altogether.
me too. Me too.
But I guess we can go to the Stavik
The
and
juicy bits.
No.
conversation.
Not here. We're here.
That was awkward.
I
So
had
we're
to be
here.
involved in that, and it's your fault.
So,
So,
so basically, Husa asked Stavik if,
Forebone,
while they were
T-bone?
playing cards, if there was anything else that he would like to do with her. And she said this in such a tone and with such eye contact to indicate that she was interested in more than just card games.
Motorcycles.
Card games on motorcycles, yes.
Yes.
Pokemon?
I love 5D.
No, not Pokemon, buddy.
What?
Damn it.
Fucking
I
what?
got,
my
I got a
dude?
hollow Charizard. to show.
Anyways,
Sometimes he says things that
so the
sounds-
the sex was brought up.
yes,
Yeah.
the sex was brought up.
Husa wanted the sex.
Yeah, Husa was like, should we mate yet? And
I want a
Stavik
baby.
was like, no, we don't do that around
Ew.
these parts.
He didn't say no.
He
That's true, he
said,
didn't say no.
"Not right now."
Now.
Said not now, I'm tired.
Which means
I have
at
a headache.
some point, that was
Which means
Louis'
that-
insistence on that he was
Literal-
trying to get across.
Literally the beginning of next session.
Yes, I know. and I'm-
Brand new.
Oh.
Yep. It's going to happen again.
Every
Yeah, I'm
day
excited for it.
until you do something.
I like to imagine that the horror and pain that the people in the goddamn
In the Maelstrom?
Maelstrom,
Yeah.
what they're just in this moment, right?
Yeah,
I
they're
feel
just
it.
stuck in that.
Oh
Yeah.
For
my God.
eternity.
Eternity. Huh.
Delicious.
I hate it.
You're doing great.
You could
Yeah.
solve this very easily.
With a sword? Yes, I know.
Mhm.
I mean, some would call it a sword.
He is ill-equipped. Thank you. He is a bone
Oh.
boy.
Oh, right. I forgot. Xander told the party about his head friend.
Oh yeah, that
Oh, yeah,
happened.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
important.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry,
That was actually huge. Yeah.
but also the entire party doesn't know what to do with that information.
we
so-
can't do anything, but like at least we know. We could try to find a solution,
Mm-hmm.
right? Why are you making
Mhm.
that face, Shane?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, some of us are going to try to solve the issue.
Well, I think that was also part of Xander's frustration with Stavik, because Stavik's just like, I'm just gonna take things as they come, not to beat on you anymore, Screwy. But Stavik's just like, taking things life as it goes, and Xander is here like, I need to solve this problem, and I am infected with a thing. So yeah, it's fine. It's
So
fine. It's
I
fine.
do have something to say on that, and I'm worried I'm poisoning the well by doing this, but I also feel like it's probably not something the players will act on.
Uh-huh.
But there was a part of me that was trying to guide the conversation a little bit to plant the idea in Zulin's head, not Valentino's intention, but Grem's intention, to plant the idea in Zulin's head that maybe some craniosurgery is what Xander needs right now.
You
Mm.
Do you not think that Zulin has that planned for like not half of the people here?
You know what? I just
love
wanted
it.
to hear him say it.
Brain surgery is an answer to a lot of problems.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also the cause of a lot of problems, but that's one different matter.
Could be.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs a trepanation. Where they
Maybe.
go and
Uh-huh.
Got
Please
got
don't
the
touch
demons
him.
out.
Please. Please,
gotta let
no.
the demons out though.
Well,
I
if
mean-
you have like chronic brain pain from pressurized spinal fluid and all that, yeah.
And demons.
You know what? And demons.
And demons, yeah.
You got
I
to
don't
release
think
the
my-
humor.
No, don't do surgery for demons.
I don't
that's
think
old
my,
funny thinking.
I don't think I've got demons, so we don't have to worry about the brain surgery.
I mean-
no.
Valentino
guy
is not
talking in your
terribly
head.
worried about this fucking thing yet because, like, I mean, he's not worried about anything. And and Xander's like, oh, I have proof this thing exists and is powerful. It made a shovel. It's like, oh wow, we better watch out, guys.
Oh,
I mean-
no.
Notably, he also said that this thing asked Xander if he wanted to make everybody else in the party not look at him.
Yeah, but Valentino thinks it's bluffing because all it's done so far is make a shovel.
And even then, it could have just been like,
Xander could have
oh,
found
hey,
a
there's a shovel that I didn't notice a second ago.
This is true.
And then
Notably-
the voice in your head, like,
If you
I made that.
if you think that it's in Xander's head, that also means that you think that there's a possibility, because Valentino brought it up, like, if the thing could control Xander. So if the thing has access to what, like, Xander can do, then it could clearly be a problem.
Mhm.
So,
I mean, if it were a different character, this were Levette, then it'd be going through every
Oh, yeah.
possibility. Like, oh yeah, all right, let's make
Mhm.
sure this can't happen. Valentino's like, no, we got it. If it was the shovel
fair.
monster, would fucking beat the shit out of this thing as soon as he shows his ugly
Mhm.
fucking face.
yeah.
Can we go back to talking about Stavik and Husa?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't
What
mean to
about-
get away from that.
Sorry. I
So-
felt like that was important to tap on.
So I know that
Sure.
we've covered this a couple times, but just out of character, I do find it fascinating, truly fascinating, that Stavik agreed to
You know.
be Husa's mate with absolutely no intention of following through at any level. I find that fascinating.
He was, like, thinking of, like, mate in the British sense. Like, we can be mates, you know?
I guess that's something I can figure.
Basically, yes.
It's like, maybe we can hold hands, but, like,
Fucking
nothing
Luke,
beyond
not
that,
me.
because I'm a
You did
skeleton.
not think that.
Mhm.
You did not think that. Don't fucking lie straight to my fucking face.
You just like that someone gave you attention. It happened with Hummel.
I have no
Damn.
psychoanalyses on you, Screwy. I don't have any assumptions about what your intentions were. However, I did see the scene, and Husa was not. There was not this ambiguity that she was talking about friendship.
Not one bit.
Not one bit. And yet you agreed, and then when it comes to actually moving forward, you're suddenly like,
Ew.
I would never.
And also at that checkpoint, we asked
I
if you
find it
understood what
amazing.
she meant, and you said you did.
So you kind of already told on yourself just now.
Yeah, so I just
Liar.
find it amazing that you agreed to it, and then when it comes down to it actually being a thing that's brought up in game, you have such a visceral and strong reaction against it to the point where it's like, I can't believe this is even being brought up. I'm shocked and appalled that
How could
this is
this
a
possibly
thing.
be my fault?
I would like to
I-
defend Screwy
Okay,
for a little bit.
go for
Go
it.
ahead.
That's a fucking
Let's go.
change of pace.
There we go.
Okay.
The judge recognizes.
I value fairness in the situation. And I think while I agree with all of the points that you've
Since
made
when?
so far,
Do you want
I
to
value
defend you or
fairness.
not?
I'm trying to defend you, man. So Stavik wasn't thinking about the timeline in the same way that Husa was thinking of the timeline very clearly. And so Stavik or Screwy didn't internalize the idea that this was like I have said this, and so we need to become endgame kind of situation, in which this is like a biological reality for Husa. Obviously, Screwy and Stavik had no conception of this whatsoever, so it was like we're gonna try this out, and then when it gets to the physical part, it's obviously either gonna be like, this is not gonna happen, or it's gonna be like, she's fine with that, and we'll just hang out. But I'm not thinking about this in like a long-term sort of way in the first place, so like if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and if it somehow does work out, then that's cool. So he was like, yeah, let's date, let's go on some dates together, when she was obviously talking about mating. So
For
while all of
life.
your points are absolutely true, I think from Stavik's point of view, I can
He
understand
just didn't think about
why
it.
Screwy said that. He just didn't think about it.
I have a hard. I mean, I don't know. I have a hard time understanding because I think from perspectives of both the main characters I played, and like they're on opposite ends of the spectrum. Like Levette would always be like, "Wait, do you mean like physical?" Like
Mhm.
very careful to confirm. And Valentino would be like, "Yeah, I hope we fuck." I wouldn't say
See,
yes
okay,
if I didn't want to fuck.
but therein lies the problem. You are thinking in the mind space of you
Mhm.
and your
Right.
characters.
Well,
You have-
yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Is I just like try to come up with the closest perspective I can think of, but I'm just not the type of person to engage in a relationship without knowing what that entails. Like
Mhm.
the Levette reaction would be my reaction. Would be, I would
Mhm.
never even say yes until I was confirmed one way or the other that it was going to get physical.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So what I find fascinating though is that it's been mentioned that it wasn't really ambiguous when it was offered,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the question itself was fairly non-ambiguous, fairly understanding that this was a question of, do you want to pursue a physical relationship for the purpose of procreation? Right?
Well, that part was more ambiguous.
Mating.
Like,
Yes. Correct.
Mating.
Mating can also still entail beginning with dating.
yeah, like I didn't
So-
know that she meant mate for life either, and I didn't know that
Sure.
it would be for the procreation.
Right.
I will say that
And that
had
yes.
I known before that when the yes happened, it was it was similar to swans.
It was
The
a
answer would have
chemical
been no.
yeah, chemical change. Yeah.
That answer would have been just a flat no.
Well,
So
sure.
You didn't really ask questions,
But
though.
you didn't ask either.
Mm-hmm.
no,
You just said yes.
because yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting to me that you said yes to an unambiguous question about mating, and then when it gets to this point, you're suddenly
Mhm.
so incredibly shocked by it. Is really weird to me, I guess is the way I'll put it.
Fair.
So
I get
I don't
it.
know if that's a Stavikism or if that's a Screwyism or if it's a mix of both.
Just be mindful that this is into my headspace and where I'm at.
Mhm.
I've been with the same person
Mhm.
since 2004,
Sure.
and
Mhm.
I only dated one single person before them for a month.
Sure. Yeah.
So it for me it is the dating and such is it's a very kind of long term thing. It is a long
Right. Well,
aspect of it. So
yeah, and you're in a long-term relationship now, so that works out.
yeah. So it's
Lifelong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just to put it in perspective of his headspace, which Stavik is very modeled in terms of headspace. I think is very similar.
Do you think that the attraction is the quote unquote genetic attraction magic is soul bound or body bound?
That's a great question.
We could
Me
find
or
out.
is that
I know, right?
That's a horrifying
We could
question. I don't
Double
know.
team the situation, Zulin.
See, this is the kind of cooperation I love to see in the party.
Mhm.
this is when you
This is the magic of RPGs.
Yeah.
wait. So who? Ooh. Oh, I don't like that. I don't. I don't
like-
like this. There's a thought process, and I'm not liking it. Nope. Mm-mm.
Also,
Leaving
I'd like to mention that I love giving Stavik advice as Zulin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I love when Zulin gives Stavik advice.
Yeah.
I'm always terrified, but I'm also like, this is gonna be so fucking good.
I'll go one step further. I love it anytime Zulin speaks.
That's
I
true.
mean, that's
I
true.
do enjoy that
Just-
voice.
Just period.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Anytime
you.
Zulin opens
Agreed.
up his
Yeah,
mouth.
you. If you don't like
Right?
Zulin's voice, you can die.
Yeah.
You hear that, Riken?
Yeah,
You hear that, right? This is specifically calling you out.
Yeah. As president of the Zulin Crowbottom fan club,
Bottom club? What?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Zulin
yeah,
fan
that's
bottom
our name.
club? Wait,
We're the
oh,
bottoms, okay? You got a problem with it? Leave.
Road bottoms.
We're the Crow Bottom fan club. Yeah, bottoms for that crow. Absolutely.
I mean, voice aside, I just every time Zulin has something to say, it's like, oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be awful.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm just offended that Stavik didn't go to Louis and Xander for a solution to this, that he went
Never.
to Zulin first.
No. Because I thought Stavik for the longest time forgot Louis existed because at just some point he stopped talking to Louis, like, after Saraibo for some
I
reason.
think it's just characters without. All right, sorry, never mind. Don't worry about it.
And Louis was like, dang, this guy thinks I'm Owen and he just ignores me all the time.
Oh, are you talking about for a solution to the Husa problem?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I feel that makes
I mean,
sense.
it
Zulin's
makes
the most
sense.
qualified.
Like,
Okay,
well,
wait, hold on. Let me remind you that Zulin specifically said, I have memory potion. I haven't tried it on a person before. I don't know how much the dose is. I don't know if this will have any serious effects. This is not the best solution. But here, you can use this. You should think on it for a little bit. And Stavik was like, yeah, I'm going to do that right now. Rather than literally anything else. So I don't think that makes sense as a solution. I'm going to
love it.
say.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
gonna
well,
say that.
I mean, yeah.
Perfect.
but I would like to say that in terms of talking to Xander and Louis, like Stavik had just gotten out of getting like his ears chewed out
I mean, he
by
did
the two of
do
them
something
about
really
that
shitty.
exact situation. And then there's this friendly crow man.
Yeah, that's because he's a
Just
predator.
wants to help.
He's a predator.
Just
He's
wants
like
to
that.
help.
I mean, Valentina went to bat for Stavik for most of that conversation, so
That's true.
I'll remember this.
Excited for next session, y'all.
I'm
is
so
it?
excited.
The Christmas villagers called him irredeemably evil. Is that it?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
Yeah.
And
I can
Xeno
fix
has
it.
agreed to this statement.
It's great. It's wonderful.
And everyone has, well, most people have denied it, even though the person who plays him has said so. But it's okay,
deny-
Screwy. I believe in you.
You know, it's crazy. I remember the episode, also because I rewatched it recently, when Zulin did the surgery, and immediately afterwards, everyone was like, we need to form a group, like a clique of all of us, except for Stavik and Zulin, because this is dangerous. And then within 3 minutes, it was disbanded.
Nuh-uh.
3 minutes.
One boy was really dedicated to the cause. Thank you very much. It's just the one person that was supposed to be looked after also went off randomly and did his own shit at the same time. So he was like, I tried. I tried, guys.
But I love Zulin, I just want to say.
It's true.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much
I
as
don't
Vera, but I
They've
do.
done nothing wrong.
We will have to kill you one day.
So who's done nothing wrong?
Supposedly Zulin.
Oh, Zulin.
Zulin's done nothing wrong. He's done nothing wrong.
We've all done.
I don't
something
know if
wrong.
I would say that. I would just say that I understand and forgive Zulin for everything Zulin's ever done. Zulin
Oh,
gets a
your
full
baby
pardon.
girl.
Zulin gets a
Ugh.
full pardon, regardless of activity.
Y'all
Mm.
don't know his trauma.
Yeah,
What
Don't we?
trauma?
I understand Zulin at a deep level, and I
But we
respect.
could.
I'm concerned about that actually, Beardy.
I'm just saying, I read the backstory documents. I
Look,
know the characters.
If we never learn
I-
Zulin's trauma, that's fine. We'll just give him more, and then we'll know about that stuff.
It's true.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck giving him trauma.
Why does it? Who keeps putting this on Louis instead? It's supposed to go on the Zulin pile.
Why am I upset?
So-
He's not.
Zulin and Louis' like soul wires got crossed, and the gods are like, why is that asshole still trying to contact me? More trauma, more suffering, and it went to Louis instead. That's my theory.
Yeah, it's a good theory.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Any other things after that in the episode, or because I
We
think at
didn't-
that point, pretty much,
We did not make it to Ventress.
yeah, you guys
did
slept
not.
overnight. You traveled the next day.
I knew we wouldn't. I fucking knew it.
Louis
Mm-hmm.
scribed some scrolls, added some spells to a spell book.
Mm-hmm. We
Failed
talked
a
about
lot.
Rue.
Spells?
Mm-hmm.
You talked about Rue, and yeah, then we ended with you guys making camp that night, right as Husa was about to wake up from sleep. So
For
that's how
more
we ended the
sex
session.
talk. Yeah.
Yeah, so we just start next week right off with that.
Oh yeah, I'm curious.
Going.
So,
Yeah.
Stavik's gonna take Valentino's advice, right?
Do you remember the advice?
Just fake it, bro.
Which advice was that? There's been so much advice.
Just fake it.
The like,
Fake it till you make
this
it,
this never happens. Like, I don't
this
know.
never
why.
happens to me. I'm
What's-
so
Just
sorry.
as soon as you get started.
I'm just very confused
no.
because
Sorry.
Husa knows he's a skeleton in this memory version she is. So
Yeah.
I'm really confused
Mhm.
what her goal is about how to have sex, actually.
Well, the thing is, maybe Husa just thinks that
Maybe
she
she's
can make it
so
work.
dumb.
Yeah.
I'm
The
rock,
answer's going to be
you're
no.
kind of stone. It'll work.
I mean, alternatively, you could just do some. You just be like, "All right, we did it. That's how skeletons do it." You're pregnant now, or unless
Yeah.
I fucked up, and in which case it's my fault. It's not you. We can try again in 9 months.
I've lied to this poor child enough.
Not a
Mhm.
child.
Going to
Let's
just
be very
no.
clear.
She's not a
Yeah.
child.
Very clear for
She's
legal
older.
reasons.
No,
Very
wrong,
clear.
Wrong phrase.
Not a child.
It's just
not
mentally
a child.
she's the
Yes.
most adolescent of all of us, and it's
Yes.
very frustrating to be a part of that.
Yes. I have lied to this character, and it
Like,
doesn't
giving her
want
brain
to.
damage.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true too.
Fuck.
Maybe you should have Louis fix her like he fixed you.
I guess I could do the help
Ugh.
action, but I feel like that's gonna hurt me, and I don't feel like it.
I think he's
Just lie to her
going.
more. What could
Yeah.
go wrong?
So yeah. Anything else then, or does that pretty much bring us to the end?
Bingo.
Bingo.
I
We
don't
did not
think
get a
we got
bingo.
any bingos.
Not
I
even
we
got
had
0
too
bingos.
large of a span of plans for the bingo, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got 0
I just-
bingos.
Want to say that within like the first 30 minutes, we had like 6 boxes checked off, and then not
Yeah.
a single box after
Nothing
that.
after that.
Yeah, that sounds
We
about
got
right.
the ones I got. Is it okay
Mhm.
if I read them out?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so the ones I got was Louis has a religion freakout.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, maybe not.
No, yeah,
I think so.
Hmm.
Louis.
I think
I
so.
also put Louis is ignored.
Yep.
Then there is the free space, which was my body is an altar. Then I had NPC flirtation.
Yeah.
And then I had Bro says he's been to Pinterest before.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zulin laughs at inappropriate moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one was Bro does not understand.
Yeah.
Yep.
When was the inappropriate moment Zulin laughed? I can't even think
Pick
of it.
one.
Anytime Zulin laughs is inappropriate.
There were a
and that's what I
couple.
love about it.
There were a
That's why I
couple.
That's why I love that man.
Love that bird.
So yeah, did you get any others that I did not?
I think those were all the ones that I got as well. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing.
All right.
Well,
Well,
I'm so
ladies and
excited for the next
gentlemen.
session.
Me too.
Yes, I wish it was
Mhm.
now. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us in Checkpoint. We will see you next week for more escapades of these relationships, and we get ever so closer to Pinterest, where, well, who knows what'll happen other than maybe the person who can see into the future. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.